Hi, my name is Tom. I'll be your Ielts interviewer today. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Yes, my name is Daniela Montalvo.
Okay. Can I see some identification, please? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, our test today will have 3 parts. Our first part today, I'll ask you some questions. Try to answer as best as you can.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about family and housework. How many people are there in your immediate family?
Just my mom and me.
Okay, very good. And who do you get on best with in your family?
It will be my mom, since we're only 2.
Okay. Do you have a large extended family?
I do. I have 5 aunts and 3 uncles and a lot of cousins.
Wow. Okay. And what do you do together with your family?
We usually do Sunday barbecue parties, and everyone brings some special dish or dessert, and we just spend the afternoon together.
Sounds nice. And why is family important to you?
I think it's the immediate support system for me, and it's someone that you can always rely on.
Great. All right. Now we're going to talk about housework.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great topic, right? Do you do housework at home?
A little bit. I try to help. We divide chores with my mom. So sometimes if she cooks, I will have to clean the dishes. And I don't cook, so I don't do that, but just I vacuum or clean the dust out of the shelves.
Okay, thank you. And did you do housework when you were a child?
No, I was a spoiled child.
Okay, that sounds good. And do you think children should do housework?
Yes and no. In my case, my mom was more focused on my work as a child was to study and get good grades. So as long as I had those grades, it was fine. But maybe it could encourage children to be more engaged with the family, maybe. It depends also how big the household is. Since my household was very small, I didn't have the pressure to do chores.
Okay, very good. Now we'll move on to our second part of our interview. I will ask you to read this task card. And I'll give you 1 minute to prepare some notes or to prepare to speak about this topic, and try to prepare for to speak about it for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, if you're ready, you can begin speaking now.
Okay, so this topic is about positive change in my life, and I think that was moving to Korea. I moved a year and a half ago. I came here on a scholarship. It was actually my second trying to get this scholarship, so that's why it was positive. I really wanted to come and study here, so I moved during the pandemic, so it was quite difficult to get to Korea. I thought I wouldn't make it because all the borders were closing, my country's airports were closed, but I managed to get here. I enjoyed 1 year of learning the language. I met wonderful people, but mostly it gave me the opportunity to start my master's after I graduated my undergraduate, I really wanted to start the master's, but circumstances happened, didn't let me do it. But I finally moved here. I started my first semester. I just finished it. I did excellent, just to brag a little bit about it. And it affected the biggest changes. I moved out of my country. Like, it's the biggest change I can describe. I was able to learn a little bit of Korean, so I can put that in my resume now. I know Korean. And starting the master's, I'm doing East Asian studies, so I hope it can help to contribute to my future and the things that I want to do. Someday I want to be a professor, so I really hope this experience is a good step forward to that.
Okay, very good, great. I have some follow-up questions to that. Do you want to make any changes in your life now?
No, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty okay living here.
Okay, great. And you said this change, going to Korea and doing your master's, how will these changes affect your future? Do you think this was the right step? What do you think?
I hope so. To be a university professor, you at least need a master's, so I'm trying to get that master's. But of course, I will need the work experience, do some research experience too. So I hope after I finish the program, I can get some job here, so I can go back in 4 years or so to Colombia and be a professor as I want.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for answering my questions about that. Now we'll move on to our third part, our final part of our interview today. I'll ask you again some questions related to change and what we just talked about. But just to answer in a more kind of casual way, I'll ask you some extra questions too. Okay, so do you think change is always a positive thing?
I think there might be some changes that are negative, but even if they are negative, you can also get something positive out of it, a lesson, or you can grow as a person too. So I'm always a person that is not afraid to change, and I always pursue change because I find that I can improve myself through those changes. So for me, it's something always positive, even if the change was negative.
Okay.
Like, in the moment, it might feel like something bad or something negative, but after you pass the crisis moment, you can see that it contributes to your life in somehow.
Right, that's a good way to look at it, a very positive outlook. Can you tell me about a time where it was like kind of negative change, but you later became positive?
I don't know.
That's okay, because you just told me that negative changes can be good. So can you tell me an example from your life, or maybe from another person that you know?
I don't know. Well, I had a friend that she moved to Canada, and it was very harsh for her. She actually came back like a month into it. So it was the distance, being apart from the family, not knowing the language because she went there to study English. But it was very hard. And of course, it was in the middle of, same as in the pandemic, so things were harder. There were lockdowns, not being able to socialize. So all of that made her come back. But I think she gained the strength to keep studying English on her own. She was not like being very responsible with her studies, but now she is. So.
All right, that sounds like something that she learned from that negative situation, some type of positive change. Okay, and I want to know, what are some major changes that occur to people throughout their lives? For example, getting married or something. What are some other major changes that people experience throughout their lives?
Maybe meeting someone that becomes their partner later in life could be a major change, or a job change. For some people that they're stuck in a job that they hate, and they find this opportunity to, I don't know, go and teach some language in another country, and they take it, and it turns out to be the best experience of their lives, and they just stay in that country. Could be another. Or graduating and finishing education is always like a major step.
Are you excited to go on to the next major change of your life?
I don't know. Maybe I would just continue to a PhD instead of going to work.
Just keep on going in school. Yeah. Never leave school. Never leave school. I'm afraid of leaving school. Okay. All right. And I have one last question. You said you're from Colombia. Is Colombia changing rapidly, you think?
maybe for the worse.
Really? Why is that?
The pandemic didn't help the very bad economy, and politically speaking, is a mess. So there is a lot of controversies, polarity between the population, and that makes it harder to choose the correct leaders that can take the initiative to improve things. And with the pandemic, things just got worse, and it accentuated the problems that already existed. So I think it's just going downhill.
Downhill. Okay. Oh no. I have some friends living in Colombia, so I'm worried about them then. Okay, thank you so much for answering all my questions today. I thought you did well, and I hope you have a nice day.
Thank you.
Okay, I have some post-test questions for you, just how you felt and your opinions on the test. What are your overall feeling about today's test?
I think it was very calm and not nerve-wracking. It was very peaceful, maybe is the word.
Really? That's
Yeah.
good. Okay. And what part did you find most difficult?
Having to organize my thoughts before the questions is still trying to process the information that I'm thinking in Spanish and trying to reorganize things in just 1 minute.
Yeah, definitely. From your mother language to the English can be very difficult. And what part did you find the easiest?
Maybe the third part, it felt more like a conversation and not much as a test, so that helped to feel more calm.
That's great. All right. And what topics would you have preferred to have come up?
Wow. Maybe something related with books or habits and lifestyles, I think.
Right. Okay, that would have been easier to answer.
Yeah.
Right. And overall, what do you think your score you got today? What score do you think you got today? Did you get a really high score?
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so as well. All right. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.